Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Evans, Supervisor of the STEPS program. I will now ask that everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and for justice for all. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the administration, board members, families, and our supporting districts for all their support and dedication throughout the school year. Before we begin our program, I will ask that everyone stay seated during the ceremony. There will be time for photos after. I would like to recognize the students of our 2021 STEPS Recognition Program. Since the beginning, the students have worked very hard learning how to navigate their virtual classes and then transitioning back to in-person. There were a lot of adjustments, and they have mastered it well through the assistance of their teachers, support staff, and families. I have been incredibly impressed with the motivation and hard work we have seen. I am extremely proud to announce that we have 4 graduating seniors that will be pursuing their future endeavors. Students, as you move forward, we hope to continue to see growth in both socially and academically. Now I'd like to introduce our district superintendent, Dr. Kilburn.
Our STEPS program provides its students with new and unique opportunities to find academic success outside of their home district. Students receive instruction and support tailored to their individual education needs and goals. We're proud of all that our STEPS students have accomplished this year. They've set and worked toward their goals, overcoming every obstacle and challenge they've faced along the way. What they have achieved has been no small feat and deserves the recognition they've worked so hard to earn. Never stop believing in yourselves and know that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Before I turn this over to the teachers, I want to say how proud I am of each of you for your hard work, smiling faces that made each day special. Now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Acquaviva as she presents certificates to her students.
Good morning, everyone. This year I only had one student. He is a 6th grader, Mr. Jarrell Watson. Jarrell is a very bright guy. He loves basketball, and he had to put up with me, just me. And I don't know if that was good or bad, but he got me all to himself this year. He did an awesome job, whether it was virtual or in person, and I know he's going to do great things in 7th grade. Come on up and get your award. And you get a flower. There you go. Okay, I would like to introduce the next teacher, Mrs. Crabb.
Good morning, and thank you for coming. I'd like to thank all the parents for all their support this year. Every time I called, you were always there to help out, and I really appreciate that. I'd also like to thank my support staff, Mrs. Malagis, Mrs. Williams, and Mrs. Mead, for all your support for a great year. Thank you. My first student is Vinnie Brown. Vinnie Brown was unable to attend today. My next student is Franklin Jones. Franklin was new to my classroom this year. I've really enjoyed getting to know him. He's a great kid. He's got a lot of potential. He has positive relationships with both the staff and his peers in the classroom, and he's been a real pleasure to have in class. Come on up, Franklin. My next student is Medin Luganik. Medin has been my student for a few years. He's demonstrated growth both socially and academically. He has excellent attendance, and I've really enjoyed having him in my class this year. Come up, Medin. My next student is Gloriana Lyman. She's been my student for a few years. She really demonstrated social emotional growth this year. She's a caring girl who wants to share and build relationships with her peers. She loves attending school and has been a pleasure to have in my class. My next student is Ezekiel Noblin. Ezekiel was new to my classroom this year. He has demonstrated a strong desire to learn new skills, and he gets really excited about learning. Ezekiel has also demonstrated social emotional growth, and he's been a pleasure to have in my class.
Hi, Ezekiel. Mother, boy.
And finally, Joshua Williams Barney. He was new to our program this year. What a tough year to be new during a pandemic when you switch between remote and in-person learning. And he returned to in-person school this spring, and he's really built relationships with his peers and with his teachers, and he's adjusted to our classroom, and he's been a pleasure to have in class. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the next teacher, Mrs. Edie Burke.
Good morning. As everyone has said, this has been kind of a rough year. And I truly appreciate the degree of support that we have gotten from our parents especially. I know that you all have these different text messages that have been coming to you at all times of the day. And you've never failed to come back and respond and make sure that things worked out right for both our students and our class. I also want to thank my staff. They've done an incredible job this year. And my appreciation for the administration for supporting us throughout this. My first student is Olivia Bills. And Olivia has been remote all year. She has worked really, really hard to stay with us and to be working through it. I can't imagine how hard it's been when she returned. But she's gained a lot of confidence in the academics. And while she's been home, her hobby of art has been incredible. She has done so much work in art at home that she shares with us. Olivia, would you like to come up, please? Good job, girl. Next is Juan Bosk. Juan has developed incredible social skills. He's been in my class for a few years and has gained so much. Not the same person. You would not know him from the day he started. He's gained a lot of confidence in academics. He has really interesting hobbies like learning Japanese and German. And he has taught himself while remote to play piano and guitar. Incredible student. And another student, wonderful to have in our class. Juan? Thank you, sir. Casey Curtis has recently come back from remote, and she's done a great job responding to and adapting to the returning. She has done well making friends with the students that she's never been in our class before. This was the first time she's been in my class. So she had to make friends with all sorts of new students and done a good job. Casey? Thank you. Tamari Nelson Jones is another student who has been in my class for a few years, her study skills have improved a great deal, and she's also grown up a lot this year. She's a lot more compassionate and caring about other people. And she is, again, another pleasure. My class is filled with pleasurable students. Tay? Nice work. Eviana Pratt is unable to attend today. When she has been in attendance, she's been very positive and friendly to the other students, willing to do the work that we asked her to do. And finally, Eli Serrano, who moved into our class. He's adapted quickly. His friendliness and sense of humor has put a lot of people at ease. We're always looking for Eli jokes. He tells us great jokes. Here you go, Eli. Good job. And now I'd like to welcome Mrs. Felsky to the podium.
Good morning. It's been an amazing year this year, unprecedented as everybody knows it, but for our class, very successful and interesting. I want to thank my staff, Mrs. Lieb, Mr. Williams, Ms. Evans, for their nonstop support, dedication, and love for these kids that we have and will always have. I want to thank our social worker, our classroom social worker, Miss Adriana Molina. She's not here today, but she's done an amazing job with our children, and it's a delight to have in our class and is a part of an amazing team. And also our program social worker, Mr. Dominic Stewart. He's done a fantastic job with our students. He has been supportive of them with agencies outside the area, working with our children, encouraging their future endeavors, and been a very positive influence in all of their lives. So to begin with, we have our lovely little lady, Miss Ashante Brown. Ashante's been with me for several years now. She is a delight. She brings joy to our class every day. We love her terribly, and she knows it. She has an amazing sense of humor. She has a wonderful personality. She lights up our room. She walks in with a smile and a hearty laugh every day, and we appreciate that so much. And honey, we love you so much. Miss Ashante Brown.
It's okay. Suck it up. Okay, we're growing up.
We are. You're doing wonderful. Our second student, Rochelle Riviere Burgos, could not be with us today. Another lovely young lady who has amazing potential coming this following school year. Miguel Diaz could not be with us today. Another wonderful young man, sense of humor, extremely caring about people, sensitive, kind, and respectful. We developed an amazing relationship this year, and I'm delightful to have him again next year. Our next one is Mr. Christian Peck. Christian is our think out of the box young man. We love him so very much. He's been a delight to have in class this year. He's taught me as well as I have taught him. We enjoy his stories, his personality, his artistic ability. He's a joy, and we love him, and we're looking forward to having him next year. Christian Peck. Our next student is Jihad Perkins. He hasn't been able to be here today. And our final student is Matthew Rizzo. I'm sorry, Rochelle, we already talked about Rochelle. Our next student is Matthew Rizzo. Matthew is also unable to be here today with us, but we're looking forward to a wonderfully successful year next year. It's been amazing this year. I love these kids. My staff loves these children, and we have high hopes for them. So thank you very much. Sorry, Mrs. Reese. Miss Christian Reese is our high school teacher. I want to say something about you too. I know I've given you two of my kids a couple of years ago. It was hard to give them away to you, but you have done an awesome job, and here they sit, and I thank you personally.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Like Ms. Evans said, I have 4 graduates this year, which is amazing. Only 2 are here today, but we're having another ceremony on Friday that hopefully we'll get to celebrate them all. My first student is Josh. He is unable to be here. A little bit about Josh, he is the volume to my room, and he only has one setting, and that is loud. So if you walk by my room, it's probably him you hear. But we wouldn't have it any other way. But we wouldn't have it any other way. But he is graduating this year, and I'm very, very proud of him. My next student is Stephen Longworth. He's my 11th grader. He is someone that I can always count on to be here. He's never absent unless he's very, very ill. And my favorite thing about Steven is I can always count on him to humor me about what fun TikToks we've seen. So, Steven, please come get your award. There you go, dear. Get the thing from this. And I'm looking forward to having Steven back with me next year. My next student is Brandon Marsh. He is my senior, woohoo, and also one of Miss Felsky's, who she handed over to me so graciously. So this is for the student who he really has put in the work this year to make sure he graduates. He came to school, did his work. My favorite thing about Brandon is that he puts on his mean mug face, but it's very easy to get him to smirk. So Brandon, please come get your certificate. I know there's a smile under there. I know it. I'm very proud of you. My next student is Julia Spicer. She is unable to be here. She has been a virtual student all year. She was great. She signed on every day, did all her work. She's awesome. She is also a senior, so she is also one of the seniors, and she will go on and do great things. My next student, my last student, is David Stetson. He is also a senior. He came to me this year. He's worked really hard in the C-Tech program, the construction. He just got an award last week for doing such a great job there. So he is my student that he always keeps me on my toes, and he always makes sure to correct me when I'm wrong. So David, please come get your award.
Hey, someone had to be on toast.
I know, see? Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes the STEP program classrooms. I'm going to turn it back over to Mrs. Evans.
Thank you, everyone. I'd just like to say, without our supervising principal, Ms. Mary Lourdes Tangora, this program wouldn't be as successful as it is. She has supported us all through the year and continues to support us to help this program grow. In closing, I want to thank everyone who came out to support the students of our 2021 ceremony. Sorry about that. So thank you for coming. I'm very proud of all the students. They've worked very hard, and I congratulate them. Thank you.